Welcome back to our video. Here we are gonna solve the question number 3 of May 2019 of the courses Engineering Economics of the PENG exam in Canada. The question is as below. The cash flow or the following cash flow result from a potential engineering projects of a gold brick engineering. First, receiving 250,000 at the start of the project and 600,000 at the end of the 4th years. Expending $200,000 at the end of the first year and $450,000 at the end of the second year. So this is receiving and the second one is expending. And 3, a net cash flow of 0 at the end of the third years. Draw the cash flow. Let's solve the question. Draw the cash flow. So it's simple. I mean that, as you know, let me just describe it here, and you know that how to route it on the diagram as well. So on the start of the project on year 0, receiving $250, so it's up row. On the end of the after that, on the end of the year, year 1, expend $200,000, so downward 200,000. On the second year, expend $450,000, downward $450,000. On year 3, on the third year, it's 0, nothing on the third year. And on the fourth year, receiving $600,000 upward. Part B, using an appropriate rate of return for a minimum attractive rate of return of 25%, should Gold Brick Engineering accept this project or not? The question is asking you that should we accept this project if the minimum attractive rate of return is 25%. So when it's talking about the minimum attractive rate of return, we have to calculate NPV, net present value. Net present value is equal to summation of CAT divided by 1 plus R to the power of T. C is the cost of the project, R is the interest rate, and T is the year. So for example, here on year 0, we have $250,000 receiving. So this would be plus 250,000. 1 plus, what is the interest rate? As mentioned, that the minimum attractive interest rate would be 25%. 1 plus 0, 25. Which year we are talking about? The year 0. So to the power of 0. So the total value of the year, the net present value for the first year, for the year 0, it would be $250,000. We have to calculate this amount for all 4 years. So on year 1, we are expending $200,000. 1 plus 0, 2.5, 2.5 to the power of 1. Why 1? Because we are in year 1. So the value is 160,000. On year 3, the value would be 0. On year 2, we have to do the same. And on year 4, we are doing the same. So on year 4, what's the value of the year 4? Yes, you're correct. We are earning $600,000. So we are dividing by 1 plus MRR, 1 plus 2.5 to the power of 4. And the value would be 245.760. I told you that we have to mention for year 2 as well, so I didn't do that here, but I know that that's the value for that one. It would be 288 because it's expending. So we have to add them together. If we are expending is minus, if you are earning is plus, if you're expending is minus. So receiving some money on the first year, on the 4th years, earning some money and expending some money on the first year, second year, and the third year would be 0. So the total NPV is 47.760. As the value for the net present value is more than 0, we will accept the project. As this is positive, we will accept the project. So according to the question, yes, we have to accept the project. On part C, when comparing multiple projects, is it always case for the alternatives with highest rate of return to be economically best alternatives? So it's asking you that always, do we have to accept the project which has higher rate of return? No. A project could be high rate of return, but low net benefit. Other projects with higher net present value. Other project could be higher net present value, but low rate of return, and that could be more profitable. So net present value is a better criteria. So if it asks you about this, if the question asking you about this one, you have to mention that rate of return is not something which you can count on. That net present value is more considerable if you want to consider something, if the project is profitable or not. So NPV is a better criteria. On part D, do both comparison method, worst-based rate of return. Worst-based and rate of return always yield the same result. So worst-based is exactly the net present value. Rate of return, we talk about it. So you have to answer that. No, all the time, the rate of return and net present value do not yield the same result. Worst-based method, which is NPV, rate of return is ROR. They can give different recommendation based on, so based on this value, we would have different recommendation. Based on there are multiple investment option, cash flow are unconventional, and scale of the project is different. So based on the scale of the project, based on if the cash flow is unconventional and if there are different investments, so we cannot say that both of them had the same result. Thank you for watching this video. Wish you best on your way for getting this certification. See you later.